being sold, and that their new master is good. Verold's stable sports more than one Narwari from me, and they're happy, hard-working beasts under his capable hands. He'll love this trio, and they'll love him. In time, they'll see. The Sulk squeals impatiently, as if to say, well, what are you waiting for? Call us there or get over here. Her thigh muscles twitch as she fights her instinct to fall into step with me. She lifts one foot. Stay, Verold says softly, and her hoof drops to the ground as she makes herself stand tall. She's obeying the command, just like we worked and worked on. She's obeying his command, and I'm so proud of her. She squeals again, and I hesitate. I'm compelled to offer comfort even though I know it's only temporary. I do have to leave them, and it's the nature of the business that the transition takes work and some time, and naturally it's best achieved when the old trainer isn't an interference or hindrance in the process. I must leave. I accept this, and I don't want to confuse them more than they already are by returning once when they call me, only to ignore them when they try the same thing a moment from now. But I have to try to say goodbye. Tuning out the shifting of my mount, Misara, behind me, I pull the nervous Sulk close. She spreads her jaws wide, an action that always calls for instant caution when the subject is a Narwari. But she isn't trying to bite. She's gasping for breath, and that makes me feel worse. She's just scared. I croon, "There's a good Sulk. You've been trying so hard, haven't you?" Her short tail, with 3/4 of its length being flesh wrapped tightly around bone, and 1/4 being stiff, bristled hairs, bears wary watching as it whips back and forth unhappily. But she's only swatting at herself in her agitation. She makes a high-pitched, shrieking cry. To the uninitiated, it sounds like she's in pain, but this is her voice, and she's just trying to tell me how she feels in the only way she can. I stroke her cheek. "A little anxious, aren't you, sweetheart?" Her vocalization turns to a reedy squeal, and she presses her flat-planed cheek deeper into my palm, her eyes worried, her ears curled so hard atop her head they're overlapping. She moos in my face. "You're going to do fine," I say with a smile, ignoring her breath. It's awful, with almost an undercurrent of Larola carcass gone rancid, but for the most part I've grown immune to it. They can burp in my face and I rarely gag anymore. Her muscles stop straining against the harness, and the cart rolls back several handspans as she relaxes herself. I pat her neck. Verold steps closer and offers her a treat, which she gobbles as if she's been starved. As if I didn't have to add a lengthener strap to her harness at the beginning of harvest because her stomach's gotten bigger than the cart's set was made for. She's not pregnant, she's happy. You could say that, one treat at a time, she's grown very, very happy. She moos and her ears twitch when Verold extols her virtues. He even starts stroking the bases of her pronged antlers, telling her what a fine creature she is. He's not wrong. I tap her neck crest. "There, see, you're doing well, and you'll like Verold, won't you?" I soothe before I drop my hand. She gives a deep sigh. I step back, relieved she's calmer. Unfortunately, her crying has set off my ride Misara, or maybe it's my attention paid to the other female, but Misara begins high-stepping and dancing in place as I attempt to mount up. I suffer her attitude as I win my seat, twitching the reins back and forth, making her work herself in place until she gets bored, loses interest in wreaking havoc, and relaxes some. She's really a lovely animal when she grows weary enough to quit being a knit brain. Do you recall how I said that with most Narwari you reap what you sow? I sowed nothing but spoiled peevishness with this one. Precisely how I managed to do so still vexes me. There's always one little brat, or in her case an overgrown one. At 18 of this Garthmaw's handspans high, she dwarfs each member of the trio in height. Unlike the worried Sulk, this female of mine is not several extra treats a day happy. Misara prefers to keep herself all muscle and aggressive, deadly grace. Somehow it manages to be attractive. More than manages, she's exceedingly fetching. Therefore, she's easy to sell when she feels like behaving and showing herself to her best advantage.